A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel and welcome to this reading. I would be doing tarot card reading here, and already I have picked on to a very heavy energy of a narcissist who is hovering around you, and basically this person is leading to constant energy leakage. And the good part about this reading is that you have finally figured out a way to stop the energy from getting drained. And what's happening over here technically is now for some of you it could be a romantic person, like a partner or a boyfriend girlfriend situation. Some of you it could be, for some of you it could also be work related. Somebody at your workplace is the reason of this energy drainage, this energy leakage. And then what's happening is that every time you'd have to deal with this person, then you have to go back to your place. You're carrying that energy with you. So in this collective reading, hopefully we will also find some solutions, and we will not stay limited only to the information, but let's see if we can find some solution as well, because that's really important. Okay, so so this reading is also telling me that now is a time for change, finally. As in, I can see the Wheel of Fortune. It's a very positive sign in the first card itself, which means that whosoever is creating bad luck for you, or resistance to change, or they're not allowing you to break the cycle or the pattern, now this is going to end. You had to go through this. Okay, what the universe is saying is that you had to go through this in order to reach to a level of mastery, or if not mastery, then at least understanding how to deal with such people and letting go of the guilt. Because a lot of you carry the guilt of goodness. You're so good, you're kind hearted, you're loving, so some people take it for granted. Some people who have hurt you, or they put some kind of unnecessary pressure on you, asking you to be perfect, asking you to do certain things in certain ways. They know that you're a good person, so you're going to do it. You will do it. Even if they hurt you, even if they disrespect you, even if they're not nice to you, you'll still do it. And you are the kind of person, when someone hurts you and you have to be stern with that person, you have to be silent. Actually, your power is silence. Okay, your very big power is silence. So Wheel of Fortune is telling me that the universe is now working in your favor, and universe will help you reach your goal. Okay, and the changes are going to be for your higher good, but change is not easy, you know that. So that's why you had to go through this experience that you have gone through all this while you were dealing with this person. You had to be strong. You had to be mentally strong, and that's what universe is trying to teach you. That in some cases, in many cases in fact, it's not about what you do externally, rather what you do internally in your mind. So you don't have to really argue with everyone, or even if you need to have a discussion with them, like a verbal discussion, then also you don't have to lose your cool. Because what the other person is trying to do to you is they're trying to trigger you by pushing your buttons. They know that if they behave in a certain way, you are so gullible and you're so nice and you're so kind, you will do what they want you to do, or they will get a certain type of predictable reaction from you. But you have also started observing this person now, or your observations are very accurate about this person now. They were earlier playing this game of predictability and getting reaction from you, but you have figured it out that this person is so predictable. this is what they're going to do eventually after 2 days or 3 days or a week later. This is what their behavior is going to be. And this time you're going within your mind and you're not giving them the reaction that they always get from you. In some cases, the reaction may be to just make you feel sad or just make you feel bad. And by not feeling sad and by quickly moving on to the next moment, you're actually bringing in a big change, a big shift in your reality. So I have the reversed cup of 7 now. This is very interesting because the upright one means that you're prone to illusion, but the reversed one here means that you are now relying on your inner wisdom and guidance, and it is going to show you the best way. You're no longer being emotional, because you were very emotional, so the decisions you were making or the response or reaction you were giving to your I would say perpetrator, the narcissist, or the one who's purposely triggering you, the reaction or response you were giving was based on some illusion. Like you had this illusion, the illusion was ruling your mind, but not anymore. Now you have many choices as well. Like you can choose to be nonchalant, you can choose to talk to them but with a smile on your face. You can even remind them that, you know what, you have done this like 20 times before, and every time you've said sorry to me, or every time you've tried to manipulate me, but this time you cannot. Or the interesting part is there's a very deep kind of alchemy happening, which is happening within a person as well. Here I am being shown that you understand how your mind is doing this to you. So you're not talking to an external person now, you're talking to your mind. Every time this happens to me, this is exactly what I do, but I'm not going to do it this time. So stop playing with me, So this is for some people who are very deeply working on psychological issues, and they are very intuitive, so they're going within and they're able to see, okay, when a certain emotion comes in, like Neo in Matrix, how he's able to do it in slow motion when the bullets are approaching him. There's a time when Neo gets hit by the bullet, but now Neo is dodging the bullets, and the bullets can't touch him. And he is slower than the bullets. You know what? Bullets are the fastest. Similarly, even in the mind, when a trigger arises or a negative thought arises, it's so fast. It's so fast that you can't even figure it out. You don't know. Suddenly you're going to become angry. Suddenly you're going to lose your cool. Suddenly you're going to feel bad about the whole thing. And your mood is going to go down. But now you have to take charge of this situation. You have to take control of this situation. And as for this reading, you're doing that. And this reading is also being shared in such a way, this download is shared in such a way that by the end of it, yes, you will get clarity, especially if this resonates with you, and especially if you're here because of your prarabdha, because of your destiny, because destiny wants to help you. So yeah, clashing personalities, ego is there, you're feeling aggressive about something, there's irritation, there's frustration, you have felt lack of cooperation by this person or this kind of energy. And in some cases, I'm being shown it's not just one person, it's like a group, it's like a gang that is attacking you. Okay, so it's like 4 or 5 people attacking you, this conflict. For some of you, it's just a person, one person, and that one person is doing all of this. There's a lot of competition this person feels towards you. They feel jealous, and they create tension. So this is unnecessary tension has been created in your life. So with the help of reversed cup of 7 and the destiny shift, which is a wheel of fortune, you can deal with these people much, much, much better now. One more thing that I'm being shown is that this could be also happening because you have been seeking the happy family thing. And it can also be someone it's an unhappy home, or it's a broken home, or it's not necessarily an outsider, but somebody who's an insider in your life, somebody who's very close to you. You've always wanted that love, harmony, but you've realized that it's not for everyone, you know, that happy family thing. And for some time, you're okay to be in this zone. Like, you don't want the validation of everyone. In fact, you now feel the energy is, you now feel you don't want their support, you don't want their validation, you don't want their approval, because maybe externally, socially, it looks all like nice and fine from outside, because you have also made a lot of efforts. Like, you make a lot of efforts to bring peace and harmony, but now you have reached a point that you don't want to perform anymore. You don't want to act, you don't want to perform, you don't want to do anything. In fact, in some situations, you could even be a part of an event, or you could be going out with them, but mentally you have disconnected, and you're going to stick to whatever you decide. Like, if, let's say, you are taking support from somebody, and every time you took support from them, they would remind you what a big loser you are, or if not a big loser, then how incompetent you are, how you don't have the resources, or how you've never done anything good in life. Like, you probably did a lot of good things in life. Maybe some of those things these people cannot even do. And you also don't want to be on that superiority complex thing, where you think that, oh, I'm such a cool person. You understand you're not the doer. God chose you for some things and you did it. And maybe it's your time now. You're not able to do certain things, but you've struggled, and you've felt like somebody is your confidante, and you shared some things, and now you feel that no, it's not something that you need support for anymore. You have God's support, and you have a lot of confidence because of the constant push and pull that you have experienced, because of this indirect demeaning, you can say, or indirectly always trying to tell you that your decisions, your choices are so bad, or trying to make you turn into a perfectionist. And you also feel that there is this pressure which you don't want anymore. It's like a baggage where you have to constantly keep doing, keep proving, but it's never enough. It's like there's a threshold that they've set, and the threshold, even if you overachieve, even if you do the best things in life, but after a year, after some time, they would say, what's next? So what, you did it, so what this, so what that. So you have started feeling that to get somebody's approval, validation, even presence, you have to really slog a lot. And you're the kind of person, you're not irresponsible. Yes, you may have gone through a bad phase. Yes, you may have gone through some kind of confusion. Maybe you took some steps which according to them were wrong. All of them were wrong. But you also realize that there is destiny. Destiny is something that you cannot fight with all the time. You have to accept what's written. So you probably just accepted it, and you learn to chill. You learn to just chill. Even if you had less things, you learn to manage with them. You try to work on yourself. You try to do self-study. You did whatever you could to keep your boat floating. And then, even after you did better than just floating, still you feel that there's a lot of you have to face this tough energy. You don't want to be tough, or you don't want to be all the time very strong. You don't want to be all the time pretending this, pretending that. You have decided now that you are not going to deal with all of this. This is all the type of negativity which leads to energy leakage. even just focusing on it, even just thinking about it, even just talking about it. You also don't want to talk about anything. You feel that you have loved people with your open heart, with all your, how they say, with everything. You love people, but people you feel are materialistically challenged, or materialistically they want to measure your worth. You don't mind that, like you don't mind the materialism. You have understood that there has to be a balance in 3D and 5D. You have to strike the balance. There's definitely a time when you were confused about materialism and you didn't want to be that materialistic, but you have somehow accepted that a lot of things in this world, on this planet, happen because of money. If you have money, you can change the narratives with certain people. Like, you are not money minded, but other people are. Many people are. For those people, if you talk about spirituality, if you talk about God, if you talk about your masters, if you talk about love, if you talk about surrender, if you talk about letting go, this, that, they're going to look at you like you're a fool. You're going to talk about tarot readings, or you're going to talk about energy healing and inner child healing and trauma and narcissism. They're not going to understand you. For those talks, you have to have some other community, some other group, or maybe it's just very private matter for you. You have to keep it with yourself. Because if you tell them, yeah, God is going to take care of me, everything is going to happen, they will think you're an idiot, and they'll probably also express it. But you have reached a point where you're actually tired of expressing and then getting all this backlash each time. Yes, you understand that they cannot understand you and it's not their fault as well. So you're going to let it go. You want to let it go. You want to forgive and let it go. And the initial thing that I spoke about, if you're facing chaos or problems at work or with other people, then in that case also you've realized that no matter what you say to these people or no matter how you try to convince them, it's not happening. So mentally you have to shift. Mentally you have to stop explaining it to people. So this energy is everywhere. It's with your family, it's with your friends. I mean, whatever place, whatever context you're dealing with or in. You have reached a point where you do not want to justify what you feel, what you believe in, what your thoughts are, and you don't want to give your energy to any such person who is not aligned with you right now. And you're doing it out of love for yourself, for love for your whosoever you believe in, your teacher, God, and also love for that person. Because earlier you always used to feel guilty. You felt guilty for being stern. You felt guilty for being yourself. You felt guilty for being real. You felt guilt on so many levels or so many things. But now you're done. You don't want to feel guilty because they never felt guilt. Whenever they've hurt you, whenever they've troubled you, whenever they have crossed their boundary, crossed the line, crossed the limit, they never felt bad. Whether you were crying in a corner, whether you were sad or you were disappointed. So you don't want to fight against all this. You've realized it's a loop. And in order to get out of the loop, you simply need to stop giving them your attention. Your attention is your currency. Your attention is the most important thing for you right now. And you want to give it to them. You don't want to give it to someone. And you don't want them to change. You don't care about changing and fixing and them becoming nice. You can't bank on them for all these things. Not anymore. They can change after 6 months, 7 months, 1 year, 10 years, whatever. You don't care anymore. You want to live your life and you want to be happy and do what you love. And on this note, I will close this reading. For personal sessions and therapies, check out the description box. I have a really wonderful therapy that I definitely want to talk about, and it's about betrayal trauma, releasing betrayal trauma, because this betrayal trauma is the biggest number one reason, actually the most intense reason for people not being able to get into union for years and years. So if you want to know about it, you can send me a mail because I've not mentioned it in the description box. Also, it's for highly advanced people and it's for old students also. So I'll see you in the next one. One love, peace out, and victory to Ram.